guys, it's Rodimus Primal. I'm back with another video, and oh my gosh, this brand new Transformers news that just hit. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. So let's take a look. Alright, so first of all, I want to thank Gary the Neutral for bringing me this news, since I wasn't keeping track since I was really busy with a current project that I've been working on, and I've been really busy with a lot of stuff, and I haven't been, focused on making more Transformers movie videos, but I do have more on the way. I actually do have the second part to my Q&A, and as well as another Transformers discussion video, which will be released before the month is over. But man, this Transformers news, it just dropped in my lap. I am floored. I don't know what to say, and yeah. Yeah. So, the first bit of news, and man, this is, if you have been following my channel for any length of time, you probably know I am not a big fan of I am not the biggest fan of Michael Bay's Transformers films. I'm a harsh critic of them. My wife and I marathoned them before watching Transformers the last night, and I had a somewhat positive reaction to the last night. But when I watched it the second and the third time, the more and more I watched Transformers the last night, the more I really didn't like the movie. And quite frankly, so did so many of you. So many of you were, burnt out from the franchise, which goes to show you, because in Hasbro's eyes and, all these companies' eyes, if, money talks. And which is exactly why, Transformers the last night tanked. So the bit of Transformers news is that there will be no Transformers 6. This does mean that, the Bumblebee movie is still coming out. It's coming out this year, and I will see it because I'm a Transformers fan. I have to. But there will be no Transformers 6. There was supposed to be a sixth movie coming out in 2019, and Hasbro just did their investor thing for Toy Fair, and they just dropped the news that there won't be a sixth film. There won't be a sequel to Transformers The Last Night. And they're going to take creative control over the movies. That the next slate of movies that are coming out, which you can see here, you have G.I. Joe coming in 2020, which is going to be another reboot. You have Micronauts also in 2020. You have a reboot to Dungeons and Dragons, because good God, that Dungeons and Dragons movie, the only good thing out of that was Bruce Payne. And some Paramount Hasbro event film is stated for 2021. So, and still you have Bumblebee coming out in 2018. So this obviously goes to show you that they don't have plans to make more Transformers movies after the Bumblebee film. The budget for the Bumblebee movie was really, really small. There's only going to be 4 or 5 Transformers in the actual movie itself. And this is it. This is it. You're going to see the end of the live-action franchise. We're already seeing pretty much the end of the Aligned continuity in cartoons, because they're rebooting it with Transformers Cyberverse. And they have the whole Prime Wars trilogy. Now, speaking of all this doesn't mean that the toy line is completely, ending. What it actually means is that I think they're going to have a smaller focus on toys for the movies, because I don't think the Transformers The Last Night toys sold really well. I mean, if you go to the toy stores now, you'll still see lots of Transformers The Last Night toys. I don't really care for them myself. I mean, I've been picking up some of the Generation stuff, obviously the Titans Return and the Power of the Primes and some of the Combiner Wars stuff, but the Last Night has not sold as well as they wanted it to, and money, again, it talks. So speaking of all this, the Transformers, Power of the Primes line is supposed to go, or at least the Generations line is supposed to go on at least until 2021. You obviously have probably the Bumblebee toys are going to be coming out. And now you're going to have the Transformers Cyberverse toys coming out. And I saw these, and I don't know what to think. They have a G1 feel to them, but they look really cheap and like they're missing something. So let's take a look at these toys. You can see here you have like the Scout class, which are really small. Obviously legend-size Transformers that have this half-transforming gimmick about them that, kind of they all have a G1 feel to them. I mean, Bumblebee does kind of look like his G1 self, a little bit updated. Megatron looks like his G1 self, and, same thing with Grimlock and Starscream, but they look really cheap. They look like they're meant for kids to just have a representation of the character that's really on the affordable side. And then you have these Warrior class size Transformers. I think these are the ones that are supposed to replace the normal size Deluxe, which I think they're like the I think $10 to $15 range. And Starscream here does look like he's missing something. I mean, his jet mode doesn't look like it's fully painted. I mean, his jet mode here, doesn't look like it's fully painted. You can see quite a bit of space in between, like where they missed the mark as far as detailing is concerned. I mean, the best thing that you're probably going to want to do with this toy when you get it, if you buy it, is to paint it, because it doesn't look that good. But then you have, Shockwave here. Now, Shockwave, his robot mode looks awesome. I mean, he looks angry, but he has like the gun on his hand, and he has all of the detailing, and I think this is going to be a really awesome Shockwave toy. I mean, if you didn't pick up the Shockwave toy for Combiner Wars, where he actually turns into a gun for Bruticus, this is probably going to be a really good representation for Shockwave. But the thing is that look at that alt mode. That alt mode, it's a spider tank. It looks so weird. I'm sure there are going to be people who are going to try and come up with some sort of fan mode to try and make it still like his G1 gun self, but man, that just looks so weird. And moving on to Optimus Prime, it looks like garbage. This looks like hot garbage. He doesn't even have hands here, or maybe he does barely have hands there. Smokestacks are not painted. He looks like he has this weird thing going on with his waist. It just looks like a terrible representation of Optimus Prime. And Bumblebee here, I'm going to say this version of Bumblebee, I don't mind that much. I mean, I think if you're going to pick up the Titans Return Bumblebee, it's probably a better toy than this is. But, if you're a Bumblebee fan, obviously you're going to buy this toy. I'm not. And then this Starscream. This Starscream here is the Ultra class, where he's going to be much larger. And this Starscream doesn't look that bad, but again, look at that jet mode. That jet mode has, like, parts of his robot mode are showing, and it doesn't look right. And I don't know if that's a mistransformation or anything, but the big guns I don't mind. Like, the big, actually, like, rocket booster guns, are actually something rather cool. I don't think that that's a bad thing, but if you actually look at the robot mode does, have a better representation. And this is something where, if you look at the Power of the Prime Starscream, it, again, like, it looks like that they're trying to, like, put some weight on Starscream. I guess they didn't like the idea of what he looked like in Transformers Prime, where he looked like a stiletto-wearing, female. And they're trying to, I guess, make this Starscream more masculine. So, I guess it's just a thing. And this Grimlock, I don't know. I think I would rather have the Power of the Prime's Grimlock over this, because this Grimlock, the dinosaur mode looks like garbage. The robot mode looks like it's missing, or it has too much detail in the wrong places, and the colors are off in weird places. But and then he's got these weird things going on with his feet. And obviously, like, leaks out onto his robot mode. But, and now you have the Ultra Class Bumblebee. So, the Ultra Class Bumblebee does look like a cool toy, but it looks like it's not going to be that posable. And I don't know if it's just because this is a render, or if this is because, just looking at the actual toy. I mean, if you look at his actual waist, he doesn't look like he's going to be able to lift his legs. So then we don't know if he's going to be able to even bend his knees. So we're going to have this very blocky Bumblebee that's going to be barely playable, and it's going to be a terrible toy if it's not, But then again, we have to see it in person. I'm going to have to see it, like, what it fully looks like. And then moving on to this Optimus Prime. Now this, again, what is going on with his fists? How come his fists are not showing? How come we can't see his hands are covered? And this is a problem with, you know, a lot more toys lately, is that they, you know, it seems that they're skimping on the details. Like, you need to be able to move those headlights out of the way. And other than that, I mean, this Optimus Prime does look kind of cool in robot mode, but I mean he has his colored smokestacks, but his truck mode is horrible. It looks like it's, you know, it's mistransformed or something, but it's not. You know, the grill of the truck is in the wrong place, and it shouldn't be like that. I mean, I don't know what they're doing. I guess this is more of a futuristic version of G1 Optimus Prime, and I don't know. I'm not feeling it. Now, this Megatron, the only thing I could say about this Megatron is I hope he's posable. I hope that he, you know, for being an ultimate class figure, that this version of Megatron is really posable, and you can actually, like, move him around. You can bend his knees, you can bend his elbows. But looking at the actual render, it doesn't look like that. It looks like a terrible block, like they're missing something. The tank mode looks great. The big giant arm cannon looks awesome. But it looks like he's missing the ability to be a worthwhile toy that you'll want to play with. And that's a bad thing. That is a bad thing. That is definitely a bad thing when it comes down to it. But there's one more image here that I want to show you, and that is trying to show off some of the gimmick. I mean, first of all, it's obviously showing you the gimmick of Optimus Prime, and that he can open up his chest and have this glowing matrix come out. And I guess that's, you know, for being, you know, the main line for younger kids, you know, a cool gimmick to actually include that. But it still looks like a cheap toy. I mean, they should have been able to make it so that you can move those headlights out of the way. And I really don't care for it. So, but that's it. That's the Transformers Cyberverse toys. And I'm not feeling them. I'm not feeling them. I mean, we've got good news here that the Transformers movie franchise looks like it's going to be rebooted. I hope that they actually do something that, you know, they make it a G1 reboot, and they go back to basics, and they make this really good, you know, standardized Transformers story. But then Transformers Cyberverse, I didn't feel what the cartoon was looking like, and I'm not feeling the toys. I'm guessing what they're looking to do is they're trying to make these new Transformers toys for the younger crowds, for not just 5-year-olds, but now for 4-year-olds. So they're looking to go younger for Transformers toys. And I can understand that from a demographic standpoint, that you begin with, you know, kids, and not sell to the teenagers and to the young adults, and to myself being an older guy, you know, try to make Transformers appeal to everybody. And I think that's where the Generations line is still going strong, is that they're making really awesome toys with the Transformers Generations toy lines. You know, but the Cyberverse toy line looks like it's going to be for kids, and the movies look like that they are on thin ice. And I really hope that, you know, that they reboot the franchise and they start back from, you know, from basics, and that Hasbro takes a better control over the Transformers, you know, universe in a significant way. And if you really want to know, I mean, I would love to actually, you know, give them some pointers and be a fan consultant, but, you know, that's just me, you know, giving some conjecture. But what do you guys think? You guys, you know, what do you guys think of all this Transformers news? Did you have the same reaction? You know, did you just sit there and go, oh my God? Because, you know, I'm pretty much in the same boat. I mean, I'm very, very skeptical of the, you know, Transformers Cyberverse. I'm glad that they're rebooting the franchise for the movies, but, you know, the shape of Transformers, you know, as a whole, I'm just like, please, just let's go back to basics. Let's go back to G1, because that would be awesome. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have, obviously leave your thoughts in the comment section below. Be sure to hit the like button, hit the subscribe button as well if you haven't already, and be sure to hit that bell to make sure that you get notified when brand new Transformers related videos start coming out. I do have, once again, I have a Q&A to finish the first part that I did, as well as I have another Transformers discussion video. Hopefully I'll have both of those up before the end of the month. And I'm really excited to get those out to you guys and have more Transformers related videos. So, once again, until next time, and till all are one.